Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, let's dive on in and let's start off with this tweet here from Flip the Chain. So we do see cross-border ISO 20022 infrastructure expanding in November of this year. Wow, things are moving quite fast. Setting up the red carpet for Ripple, cross-border payments and reporting plus CBPR plus, whose mission is to create a global ISO 20022 market practice and ensure common rollout and implementation of ISO 20022 by banks. The November 2023 release will cover checks, direct debits, and a few other use cases like cancellation, margin collection, etc. Now, if we actually look at this, we could see November 2023. This is from Swift's website regarding ISO 20022 program and the roadmap for CBPR Plus. We also see end of CBPR Plus coexistence of November of 2025. Over here, we have what is CBPR Plus, cross-border payments and reporting plus. We also see the usage guidelines define how ISO 20022 messages are to be utilized for cross-border payments and cash reporting on the Swift network and are to be validated. We also see on the right side, how is CBPR Plus linked to the PMPG, which we just recently talked about. The CBPR Plus group is composed of payments experts from PMPG communities and a handful of non-PMPG banks nominated by Swift. On the last slide here, we do see CBPR Plus release of November of 2023. With the November 2023 release, we'll cover checks, direct debits, and a few other use cases, cancellation, margin collection. It is made up of 8 usage guidelines that can be consulted in my standards. This is big, right? And again, as we really kind of look at this, does this mean that it all ties back to Ripple and XRP? Not necessarily, but I do think that it does help the overall use case of making cross-border payments a lot more efficient and also disrupting the cross-border payment market, which is extremely ripe for disruption, and it is going to be valued at $250 trillion within the next roughly 3 years, which is very, very exciting. Beyond this, we also seen another video in response to this by Flip the Chain, where we do see ripple effects of ISO 20022 adoption visible. HSBC Bank has started using Swift's pre-validation while initiating a payment. But RippleNet has pre-validation feature since 2018. Also, HSBC has mentioned Ripple in several white papers. In thread, strong hints of dots connecting here between Swift and Ripple. And yes, we will go over a few of this document down here where HSBC is actually mentioning Ripple and XRP specifically. We also know from the past that HSBC has had Ripple and XRP labeled in multiple documents and also have been tied back to Volante and many of the other integrators like even Finastra. But listen closely to this video. It's about 1 minute and 37 seconds long.
How is HSBC using pre-validation capabilities?
Okay, so I think we're doing it in a phased manner, and we're phasing it across both our participation model as well as the customer channel initiation, and I'll elaborate briefly on both. From a participation model standpoint, I think there are 2 broad roles. You can be a consumer and you can be a responder. So from a consumer standpoint, all that means is, as a remitting bank, I'm giving my clients the option to pre-validate whether or not the information is correct. So in this case, we're connecting to Swift, who in turn connects to the beneficiary bank to validate whether the information, say the beneficiary account name or the account number, is actually accurate, or is the bank account actually open. So that's one perspective from a consumer. A responder is simply the opposite. So the responder is the bank that's responding back to the call from Swift to validate whether or not the information is correct. So we piloted this, if I'm not wrong, in UAE a couple of years back, and we then, upon some initial success from the pilot, we have scaled this as a consumer, if I'm not wrong, to pretty much every single market where HSBC is present, maybe barring 1 or 2 slightly more challenging markets. And on the responder side, I think we're about 7 or 8 markets now, but the markets where we're seeing the bulk of our volume, so we have Hong Kong live, we have US, UK, and a few other large markets, and if I'm not wrong, by the end of the year, that number should be closer to 30 as well. So I think we're really looking to drive that industry adoption because, as we like to say, payments is a team sport and you kind of need the network effect. So that's on the participation model side. On the
I also like the fact that he mentioned that payments is a team sport. Because listen, there's going to be a lot of collaboration within this, and we already know that Ripple has created a massive network over the decade that they have been really kind of networking and connecting with some of the largest players out there. And this is also why I say like Ripple is at the forefront of this disruption. So, you know, listen, even I've talked about percentages. Even if 1% goes over the Ripple network tapped in through XRP, I mean, imagine what the price of XRP would be if we seen 1% of that $250 trillion market moving over the XRP, or moving over on-demand liquidity tapped in with XRP every single year. I mean, that would be a massive amount of money, and it would actually allow for XRP to be a lot more stable while demand continues to rise, pushing the price even higher, which is very exciting. But beyond this, we also have this document here with HSBC Security Services. What are the most compelling use cases for DLT in capital markets? And we actually see payments. DLT can streamline end-to-end value transfers, reducing costs, operational risk, and settlement periods. For example, Ripple's XRP ledger provides real-time cross-border payments or settlements using tokens that represent central bank currencies. In foreign exchange, HSBC's FX Everywhere tool processed more than $3 million, or 3 million intercompany FX transactions worth about $250 billion in its first year. And remember, right, like foreign exchange, Ripple already covers 90% of that market, which is a massive $7.5 trillion per day market. So DLT truly is a major key player within this new disruption, and we even see DLT's ability to establish a single version of the truth allows it to cut across corporate boundaries and existing market structures. One of the most obvious applications is, or for DLT, is a single asset register for an asset manager or broker dealer. The golden source would eliminate internal reconciliations, enhance capital efficiency, and give clients or regulators controlled access to real-time data. So again, like DLT truly is a major disruption, especially to, you know, capital markets, the FX markets, every single major market out there. And beyond this, let's talk about something very, very interesting. So you guys probably remember these two tweets from me. This one was back in August, the end of August, and this one was back in September. So in September, I said tokenized deposits, global stablecoins, tokenized central bank monies, tokenized debt, derivatives, bonds, real estate. The list goes on and on. But the question everyone should be asking is, how will all of this be settled? If we think the system now is fragmented and there is a ton of friction, all of these new currencies and tokenized assets will only create more. This is where decentralized bridge currencies become crucial to alleviate friction and eliminate fragmentation. We also need interoperability, which you can take an educated guess on who will fill this role. I keep saying the world around you is changing. If you are not doing the research necessary to see this, then you will be left behind. And beyond this, I even said, how do I envision what's coming? Every single major nation will have their own currency. CBDCs will be this currency. Every single bank will tokenize their reserve. They might even have their own token, i.e. JPM coin. The world is going to be dominated by digital monies. Anything and everything of value will eventually be tokenized in time. The biggest thing about the global financial system is that we are moving towards a world that is not dominated by a currency controlled by one entity. Decentralization on a global scale is 100% needed. The US dollar has been a great example of why we should not have a reserve currency. The interesting thing about CBDCs is that they will eliminate the need for a reserve currency, but would 100% demand a decentralized bridge currency. And also remember, once instant settlement is realized, that also eliminates the need for a reserve currency. The only reason why a reserve currency is fully needed right now is because the traditional legacy system globally really needs one, because it allows for trust and stabilization to be in the system. But when you actually have a settlement, a token that achieves instant settlement and that is stable and can be trusted, well, then guess what? There's no need for a reserve currency. But I also said many believe this bridge currency will be XRP or even XLM due to many documents out there. I believe there's a significant change coming where the world will be dominated by DLNs, distributed ledger networks, whether or not it's XRP, XLM, etc. The world is changing. Everyone needs to realize that blockchain and DLT is fundamental to the change coming. The biggest thing to do is diversify into utility giants in this space and be patient enough to realize the vision. Now, outside of this, the reason why I brought these two back up is because I seen a very interesting post by Chad Steingraber and MetaMan X, actually. There was a conversation back in August, and this got recently brought back up onto my timeline. But you see, remember, all the banks will create their own token/coin for their own internal ledgers. No bank will hold the other bank's tokens, but they will still transact between themselves. bridge. XRP will become a reserve currency asset. Remember from Ripple's banks holding XRP, that's the holy grail. Remember, XRP can issue any other type of asset. CBDCs can be issued. That means Bank of America will create BOA coin on the XRP ledger, for an example. And we also see from MetaMan X, this is true. Deposit token, single ledger system, for example, JPM deposit token, but they will need a settlement coin to bridge different banks. And we do see single bank ledgers, universal ledgers. And we even see down here, JPM's deposit token concept is the next evolution of the bank's work in blockchain-based deposit products. It follows the offering of blockchain deposit accounts on a single bank ledger via the JPM coin system, and its work helping to co-found the partner of shared ledger system. We do see even down here, interbank value transfer, interbank settlement and clearing, connected regional clearing networks creating global connectivity. And then we also see bank clients, commercial banks, and corporates, global with possible restrictions imposed by the issuer. And we also see examples, JPM coin system, partner, also JPM SGD deposit token as well. At the end of the day, these deposit tokens create nothing but more fragmentation. The only way that these deposit tokens will actually work, because again, like Bank of America does not want to hold JPM coin, and Citi doesn't want to hold JPM coin. What's going to happen is all of these major banks are going to create these deposit tokens. At the end of the day, they all need to be bridged. This is why I said in my initial statement over here, like the way that I envision what's coming is that we are going to see all of these major monies, all these different things of value rising and being created. What's going to settle it all? We can't have a dollar reserve currency settling these things. We're still stuck in the traditional way. We need to tap in through a decentralized bridge currency, and it could be XRP, it could be XLM, it could be, whatever the case may be. All we need to know and what we need to understand is even if XRP grasps a small percentage of this market and what's actually happening globally around the world of finance, well, guess what? The value of XRP could significantly be higher, and the demand for XRP could be significant enough to actually push XRP to extremely large figures. So I'm very excited for that. But beyond all of this, I want you all to understand that the elites know what they're doing. The incumbents have already, they already have their plan in place. Shout out to Lirziet, Mr. Huber for this. This is a video that got posted recently, and it's actually talking a little bit about Christine Lagarde and Gary Gensler, and we do see it will come in due time, it will come. The phoenix will rise from the ashes when no one expects it anymore, and it will wow us all. Incumbents are the best riddlers. Check this out.
Crisis. You had to do it. It was the COVID crisis. You say that's what we needed to do. But how do you get it?
It will come. It will come. In due course. Yeah.
How?
In due course, it will come.
And I actually think something will happen. It's just will wow us all that we hadn't even considered. But it's in the second phase, not in this first phase of hype, disappointment. And I don't think we're anywhere near the disappointment. The disappointment takes years, and then all of a sudden, like the phoenix from the ashes, it rises up again. And it's once the distributed process is all out there, and there's not nodes like a Bitcoin nodes, but nodes of users. It's like
crisis. You had to do it. It was
so when you actually look at what's happening here, there's insider information that has already gone around through these individuals. They are playing a role. They're already playing by the plan. We know this because Gary Gensler, for an example, is actually on the board of the FSB. The Financial Stability Board also granted Ripple an opportunity to comment on global crypto frameworks back in December of 2022. Talking about, roughly 6-7 months before XRP got cleared, and then we're talking about another roughly 9-10 months before Ripple got cleared. So as we really kind of look at this, these are players that are already on board with what's happening. They're just playing, a part in this. And remember, I strongly believe that at the end of the day, as we look at DLT, as we look at blockchain, as we look at what's actually going on within the traditional world of finance, there has been this plan in place to have this sort of self-disruption, right? What does that mean? Well, in the US, for an example, everyone is saying that Biden is incompetent. Biden can't do this. Biden can't do that. This is what they want you to think. When we actually look at what's going on, they're destroying the traditional world of finance to usher in this new world of finance. And you can call me a tinfoil hat wearer or whatever you want to call me, but we know that 40% of the US dollar in circulation has been printed in the last couple years. Beyond this, inflation is brewing. The cost of living is skyrocketing. This is what they want. They want to wipe the middleman out. They want to, wipe out the economy so that this new economy, this new digital world can rise. And they're creating a problem. They already have the solution. All they need is the reaction now. So in my opinion, as we really kind of look at what's going on here, the plan's already in place. All we have to do is be patient. And from what I have seen with a lot of the documentation and all of the PDF files that I've read through, XRP and Ripple as a company are playing a vital role in this new world of finance. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.